Well, that'll make it a little easier anyway. I'm only showing things one place. I will still continue to post pictures and other things on there, but we will not be able to go live on there. So, just letting you know. Alright, there we go. Now let's make sure we've got our chat working, and then we will be ready to get started. Tonight is going to be silver lining, so we're showing everything that is silver. We have bracelets, we have necklaces, and we have earrings. If you would like to see rings, let me know. I do not have any pulled out, but I can grab them really quickly if we need to. So if you'd like to see those, just say something and I'll grab those. Let's see, make sure everything is working correctly. Say hi when you come in so that I know you are there. Let me let a few people know that a few people know so that they can tell everybody that that's not working anymore. There. And one more. There's a few people that normally get on Instagram, so just letting them know. Alright, I think we've got everybody. Okay, so we're on Facebook and we're on YouTube. So if you do not have the Facebook or the YouTube links, we can grab those for you. Let's get this one from Facebook and we'll get that sent out to the ladies that are on Facebook. This one doesn't want to paste in for some reason. There we go. Okay. So we are ready. Hello. Well, chat's working, so I mean that's a bonus. Let's move this camera a little bit over toward the center so that we can see a little better, since we are not having to share our screen space with Instagram. We can do that. Hi, Tracy. Don't worry, you'll get interrupted anytime soon. Hi, Kim. Alright, so we've got silver stuff tonight. We're going to do silver linings, because there's silver linings to every cloud. Or so we're told. Some days it doesn't seem like it, but we're going to go with that. Silver's always a popular metal, so we'll go ahead and show silver things tonight. And then this is our last live show until September 1st. I'm taking the month of August off because we have our convention this week. And then we're going to be gearing up, trying to get ready for the new service year. So, taking the rest of August off. You're hiding from everyone. Are you in the closet? I want to be in the closet too. I'm going to go hide in Tracy's closet. She has the good stuff there. Alright, our first piece tonight is called Roaring Rose. This is a stretch bracelet. It is in silver. It has the teardrop shaped pieces, I don't know, sections. They have roses on them, and then a dot motif around the outside. This is, again, stretchy, so it will fit your wrist. I do just have one of these. It is going to be number 101 tonight. Actually kind of simplified everything to only have it. You're walking the neighborhood before you hide in the closet. Well, don't go inside, because they'll find you if you go inside. You need to just keep walking. At least it's nice outside today, right? It's been nice and cool. It's been pretty good. Felt good. When I walked out of my house earlier to leave, it was actually cooler outside than it was inside the house. For some reason, the house had gathered warmth. I don't know. But that was the deal. Alright, Outer Plains in silver. So let's see if I can get these up here. They have a kind of a scratch texture on them. I don't know how well you can see that. Let me see if I can tip them. There we go. Get it a little bit better. So these are round with a circular cutout. This is the length and size. We do have 2 pairs of these. Hello, Aunt Dora. Number 102. So 2 pairs of these, number 102. I have been posting things on my page today. I did all the Western and Southwestern-y looking jewelry, that kind of style, and so everything that you claim from the albums, if you claim 2 or more pieces from the albums that I post, then you will get free shipping on your order. That is the only thing that I'm going to be doing until September 1st after tonight. So tonight I will bill out everybody's, or tomorrow I will bill out everybody's invoices for what you already have here. And then for the rest of August, it is just the album claims. So no lives for the rest of August. Just so you know. And then September 1st, we will be back. And I will remind everybody when it comes that time. Let's see. Let me get this one out, because this is a really pretty one that I don't have out all that often. This is also a one and done. Not everything is tonight, so I'll make sure I tell you how many we have of each. Yep, everything's good. Just gearing up for the new year. We're getting ready to have our convention, so I'm taking the rest of August off. This is fine florals in silver. So we have a flower, has a pearly bead in the center, then we have the hematite rhinestones in silver around the outside, so it's that light gray color, and then all in here, because you can't see them, I'm going to tell you, all in here in between the petals, that's white rhinestones. So this is a little bit of a glitzy look, but a small one. Has the tassel hanging off the bottom. This is the length. This has a nice twisted chain. I like the way that looks. This hangs just below the bust. Our tassel goes down below waist, so down below mid-abdomen, which would be about here. With the 2-inch extension, it's going to be down around probably jeans waistband. If you have the high-rise jeans, it would be about there. That's the only kind I can wear. Covers the muffin top, right? Gotta cover the muffin top. Unless they're real muffins, then we eat that. This is fine florals in silver. We just have one of these. This is going to be number 103. And Paparazzi is getting ready to go through some changes. They also just had their convention this past week. They're doing some changes, so everything's going to change September 1st for them. We're still going to have the $8 pieces, the regular pieces. Our Z collection, the one that used to be $25, now $35, that is being phased out. And we are going to have instead a collection called Cachet that is rhodium plated, 18 karat gold plated, and stainless steel. So those are going to be a little bit more close to the fine jewelry category, but not quite that price tag. Everything's going to start at $24, and it's going to vary depending on the piece, how much it is, and what kind of finish it has, that kind of stuff. So we're going to get some really nice stuff that will last a little bit longer. I will not be carrying any of that stuff in stock, just because it is more expensive, and the rings are size specific. So you will need to go to the website to order those. So I will post pictures on Facebook and Instagram. You can put in a claim for them. If you claim them and I order them for you, that sale is final, because I do have to special order. But so that's something that's coming up in September. Let's see what else they were doing. Something else. Let me think about it a minute while I show jewelry. So we're going to get some nicer jewelry in along with our regular costume jewelry, if you're someone that likes that kind of stuff. This is Love Goes Around in silver. These are silver hoops with a silver heart inside the hoop. This is the length and size. I do just have one pair of these left. So we have Love Goes Around in silver, number 104. Oh, I know what it was, the Fashion Fix. So the 4-piece sets that we used to have, the Fashion Fixes, those are also being phased out, and they're going to be 2-piece sets now. the complete look like we usually offer. That is like a necklace and bracelet that match, or a necklace and earrings that match. That's what we're going to have instead of the fashion fixes now, is the complete looks. Hello, Marlo. So those are the big changes coming to Paparazzi on September 1st, along with the price increase that we already had in May. So those things are changing. And I am taking the rest of August off so that I can get ready for everything, because I've got stuff happening in my life plus happening in Paparazzi, and so we've got a lot of new stuff going on. This is Confidently Cleopatra in silver. So we have like a V section right here. That's not quite a V, and it's not quite a half circle. So it's kind of somewhere in between the two, and then we've got the bars hanging down off the bottom. The earrings are those matching bars, so they'll match the bottom of that necklace. This is the length. So it is going to start right up here above the bust, go down over the bust, and then the bars hang down to almost mid-abdomen. With the 2-inch extension, it is going to hang down to here. So we're getting closer to waist length. Not quite there, but closer to it if you use that extension. So this is Confidently Cleopatra. We just have one of these in silver, number 105. All right, let's do a few more, give people a chance to get in here. Tonight was the first night that Instagram was shut off, and so it's giving everybody a little bit of time to make their way in here. We have Commercially Corporate in silver. So these are a fabric. It's a dark, it looks dark blue to me. They're calling this silver, and that's because of the silver over top of it, but it looks dark blue, like a dark denim, and it has that also that ribbed style from denim. It's going to hang like this. So we have two pairs of these. They are post earring Commercially Corporate in silver, number 106. Number 107. I have a copper one of these, and I get compliments on it every time I wear it. This is called Industrial Empress in silver. So this is a hinged bracelet. It is hinged on the back, and then these rounded bars come around to the front, around the front of your wrist. So I do have two of these available. This is just a polished silver, no texturing, smooth polished silver. This is Industrial Empress in silver. I have two of those, number 107. So just make sure you stay up to date with the pages. I will keep everybody advised of all the new stuff happening, and I'll be posting pictures so that you can claim from those and get your free shipping with two pieces. This is Smile for the Camera in silver. So these are also the hematite rhinestones. You can see they're the dark gray on the bottom in those teardrops, and then we have a single solitaire white rhinestone in between there. This is the length and size. So we have three of these. Smile for the Camera in silver is number 108. Hello, Allison. How's everybody doing tonight? We finally got some cooler weather. I am so happy, because it has been hot, hot, hot. And then finally Friday has started to cool down a little bit. By today, it's really nice outside. The humidity is supposed to be low this week, so I think it's going to feel really good. It's supposed to last most of the week, so we'll see. Let me make sure I have everybody down. Hello, Faye. Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back. Let's see, make sure I got everybody. I think I did. So this is our last show until September 1st, if you missed that announcement, because we have some new things going on in Paparazzi, and I've got some new things going on personally in my life. So this weekend I was going to be gone anyway, so I decided it was a good time to take a break, give it a couple weeks, and then we'll come back starting with the new shows on Friday and Sunday on September 1st. And keep an eye on my pages because we are going to be putting the new announcements from Paparazzi on there. We had 2 or 3 changes that are going on, so got some nice stuff coming up this year. If you like a little bit better jewelry, we're going to have a new line called Cachet that has 18 karat gold, rhodium, and stainless steel finishes. They will last longer. They will not tarnish as easily. So we have a pair of big hoops. These are called Candescent Curves in silver. These are a textured hoop. There are 3 of them laying together, and they're a little bit twisted right there in the middle. This is the length and size. So we have 1 pair of these. Candescent Curves in silver is number 109. And let's see, number 110. What do we have over here in this shorter necklaces? Let's do a shorter one. This one is 3 layers, so let me hang this on the jewelry bust because it's going to be easier for you to see the different layers. They are fantastic earrings, aren't they? Hammered halo in silver. So we have 2 hammered discs, and then at the top we have a ring in the center of a paperclip chain. So we have 3 layers. One's pretty short. The other 2 are a little bit longer. So it's going to sit right here along the base of your throat, right there between your collarbones. And then our last hammered disc is going to be down here around her collar, which is about mid-chest, or right around there. With the 2-inch extension, that's going to come down to here, which is also going to bring that one down here. So if you like it just a little bit further down, I'm going to move everything down like this. So it'll sit in that area, kind of take up that whole upper mid-chest area. So this one is Hammered Halo in silver. I have 1 of these. It is number 110. Alright, so now we will ask our first question of the night. By the way, if anybody is using Instagram, Instagram is no longer operational for us. We can't go live because we don't have 1,000 followers. I don't intend to get 1,000 followers. Not even going to try. So Instagram is off limits for us. We do have Facebook and YouTube, so you can use either one of those. Alright, let's do this one. 4 answers on this question. Let's go with number 4. Name a kind of building that has many beds in it. A kind of building that has many beds. Lots and lots of beds. What do you think? Let me see. Get a few things down here. Hospital, yep, number 2. Hotel, number 1. Lots of beds. What else has lots of beds in it? A kind of building. Prison, yep, number 4. Prison. Gotta have a lot of beds for all the inmates, right? So we've got a hotel, we've got a hospital, we've got a jail or a prison. What else? What other kind of building would have a lot of beds in it? Because they usually house a lot of people at one time. Yep, homeless or the women's shelter. Any kind of shelter. Could even be a shelter for a natural disaster. Oh, they missed the college dorm. Good answer, Kim. I like the ones that they missed better, because it tells me that you guys thought of stuff that other people didn't. So, I like it when you get the ones that they missed. Alright, you got all those answers. That means it is time to move on. Do a few more necklaces and then we'll do some more earrings. I also have some clip-on earrings, so if anybody knows someone who wears those, or if you just like to wear them sometimes, it happens. Sometimes I like the clip-on ones, the designs of them a little bit better than I like the pierced ones, so, you know, once in a while we'll wear those instead. Alright, this one is Absolute Admiration in silver. These are the hematite rhinestones. They're a little bit of an irregular shape. somewhere between oval and like egg-shaped. They are, you can see that cleared section is flat here and faceted all around the outside edges, held up by 2 chains on each side. So you get that double chain look. This is a really gorgeous necklace. I've thought several times about keeping it, but I have several things in this hematite. I do love the hematite, but I have several things in it already, so I haven't done that yet. We'll see. It could happen. So this one is hanging right up here at her collar with the 2-inch extension. It is going to hang down in here, so down closer to the bust area. This is Absolute Admiration. It is in silver, which is, it's that dark gray. It's not actually silver. Number 111. They just like to call it silver because they don't have a category for gray, so we're going with silver. Sometimes we have issues with the way they name things. All right, our first pair of clip-ons here. This has a brush texture. These are called Cowgirl Crush. They are double hearts, so a little bit smaller heart on the top, bigger heart on the bottom. We have that standard clip-on back with the silicone stoppers to make them a little more comfortable. So Cowgirl Crush, this is the length and size. I do have 2 pairs of them, and they are going to be number 112. Have just a couple pairs in silver. So we're doing everything silver tonight. Our next piece, these are a post earring. This is called Buttercup Bliss in silver. So you can see there's a little bit of an antique silver. You can see the dark areas in that flower center in the top, and then a forward-facing hoop hanging down from it. Our post is up here in the top, so right up in this area. So this is the length and size. I have a pair of these myself, and I get compliments on these all the time. I have had several people buy them when I wore them. So these are Buttercup Bliss in silver. My last pair of these, number 113. Let's see. Let's find something that I have more than one of. These are really pretty. More hematite. Young Money in silver. So this is an oval hematite rhinestone in the center. You can see it has a little bit more of the mirrored design on it, and then around the outside these are triangles. They also have little hematite rhinestones in them. Our post is up here right toward the top, so they're gonna hang down like this. We have 2 pairs of these. Young Money in silver, number 114. See. Number 115. I just put this on my Facebook and Instagram pages tonight with the Western and Southwestern things. I'm going to be posting albums there, and if you claim 2 or more pieces from my albums, you get free shipping on those for the rest of August. This is Rogue Vogue in silver. So we have that little kind of a flowery section in the center. You can see it has a little dot motif, has the design on it. Then we have all these little trinkets hanging down, the curved bars that go around the sides. So let's see what it looks like on our mannequin. So this is without any extension. This is where it's going to hang. It's going to hang just below those collarbones and then down to almost her collar there. With the 2-inch extension, that's going to bring that down to about 1 inch under the collar, really close to it, which is below mid-chest. So we have Rogue Vogue in silver. We just have one of these. This one is going to be number 115 tonight. All right, let's do another question. Let's see. Here we go. Let's try this one. 4 answers on this one. Let's go with number 2. Name a pet that's pretty useless when it comes to scaring away a burglar. A pet that is pretty useless when it comes to scaring away a burglar. What is your pet that is not going to scare them away? I can think of a few more, but they've got a few on here. All indoor pets, of course. Not going to scare away a burglar. Goldfish, yep, number 2. Your fish, not going to do it. Not even if they're the fighting fish or the piranhas, because they're not in the fish tank. A cat, yep, number 1. Your cat or kitten, not going to do it. What else is not going to scare away your burglar? 2 more indoor pets that would not scare away a burglar. Ooh, a bird. That is a good answer, but that one was not on there. Hamster, yep, number 4. Hamster's not going to get him. Unless he's loose, and then it might if he's scared of mice. We've had hamsters loose in the house before. They will scare you. They'll mostly startle you. A frog, not a frog. And this one might scare somebody when they're grown up, but they're not going to do it when they're a baby. What one other pet might you have indoors that is not going to scare away your burglar? In fact, they're probably going to want attention from him. One more. Snake. No, not a snake. A lot of people are afraid of snakes, even if they're in a cage. So that might do it. Put them right by the front door. You know, in the big glassed-in cages like the museums have. Then they won't even open your door. What might scare away a burglar when it's grown, but not when it's little? A snake will scare you? Yeah, exactly. If it's up next to their window in the front door and I can see it before I go in, I am not going in. I don't like snakes. I don't know if I'm really scared of them. I just don't like them at all. I never have. Probably not going to change. One more pet that you might have indoors. Yes, your puppy. Your puppy's probably just going to want to be petted and lick him. He might yap a little bit, but he's just not scary enough to scare away your burglar. So maybe when he gets grown. Wouldn't even count on it then. Alright, next item. We have a hinged bracelet. I do just have one of these as well. This is called Wavy Whimsy in silver. So you can see it has kind of a wavy design in it. Bars that curve. These are really dark gray rhinestones. They look almost black. See if the camera will focus on those. But they're just a very, very dark gray. You could wear this with either dark gray or a black. It does hinge on the side. So it's opened on the side. Back is just a polished silver. So we have Wavy Whimsy in silver. Just one of these, number 116. Number 117, we have another clip-on. This one I only have one of. It is called Metro Voyage in silver. So this is a silver earring. You can see the little bars crisscrossed in a little design, almost like a basket weave across the front. And then this little piece is the part, of course, that would attach to your ear. We have that standard back with the silicone stopper in it. Let's hang this up here. There we go. This is the size. This is a little bit bigger than a quarter. These are called Metro Voyage in silver, and we just have one of them. It is number 117. So those are also clip-on. Let's see. Always manage to knock something on the floor. Hello, Shannon. How are you? All right. This one I'm going to set aside. It's kind of long. Our next one on fish hooks, this is called Cyber Chime in silver. So we have lots of little discs and rings hanging off of a larger ring. This is the length and size. Did go with my necklace too, wouldn't they? So we have Cyber Chime in silver, and this one is number 118. Just one of those. Number 119. This one is in those silvery pearls. And we have two colors of silvery pearls, plus just a polished silver bead. So we have the lighter silvery pearls, we have the darker silvery pearls, and then right in the center of them we have that polished silver bead to separate the two. This is the length. So it is sitting down below the collarbones with the 2-inch extension. Still not going to quite make it to that collar because the collar is about in mid-chest. Oh, I get you. You're outside trying to do a few things while you can still breathe. Yes, it's supposed to be nice all week. I'm so glad we're getting some weeds pulled, we're getting the dog washed, we're getting all kinds of things done. So it's going to be a good week for that. So it is going to sit here with that 2-inch extension. This one is called Fifth Avenue A-Lister. It is in silver for those gray pearly beads. Number 119. Number 120. Very summer appropriate. Let's see if I can get it facing the right way. This is called, I can't see, Palm Promenade in silver. So this is a longer necklace. We have our palm leaf, and then we have a tassel hanging off the bottom. This is the length. Move her back so you can see that this is a dropped waist top. So this is going to sit down, you know, it kind of goes across that lower stomach and across your hip bones. So this is hanging down here. That's going to be right around where like a mid-rise jean waist would be with the 2-inch extension. We're going to go down to where this dropped waist is, so that's down in that lower belly area. So we have two of these available. Palm Promenade in silver is number 120. Gotta get those summery things out here. It is still hot outside. I know that summer technically is almost over, but it does not feel like it's over. All right, let's see. What is our next question? Here we go. 4 answers on this one. Let's do number 2. We'll make it easy. Name a place where you see a lot of people reading. A place where you see a lot of people reading. Doesn't matter what they're reading something. Might be on their phones, might be a book, might be a newspaper or a magazine. If they're really bored, you know, could be street signs, shampoo bottles. You ever read shampoo bottle labels in the bathroom just because you had nothing else to do? I've been that bored. Coffee shop, that actually wasn't on there. And neither was school. Bookstore was number 2. Library was number 1. Can't believe they're not reading in the coffee shop. What kind of coffee shops do these people have? I like the coffee shop in the bookstore. That's even better. The park, number 4. Airport, ooh, that is really, really close and could almost be considered one of these. The beach. Beach is a good place, as long as you have an umbrella, because otherwise it's kind of bright. Not on there, though. One more place where you see people reading. On the bus. Yes, ma'am. The public transportation. So any kind of public transportation, you know you're going to be waiting long periods of time. You're riding around, waiting for everybody else to get on and off, especially the bus. So a lot of people are reading. Waiting room was also good. Waiting room is definitely a place where I read, but it wasn't on the list. So public transportation was that last one. All right. Ow. I knocked my hook on the ground. The train station, yeah, that would count as public transportation for most part. Subway types. So we got all kinds of public transportation where you're waiting long periods of time. I remember in Charlotte, we would have to leave like 2 hours early for work because you had to catch the bus, and then of course you have to wait for the bus to drop off and pick up several other places. You might have to change the bus somewhere in between, so it took you every bit of 2 hours to get to work. Alright, this is Tagging Along in silver. I have one pair of these. So we have two, well, they're not quite square shaped, they're like a trapezoid shape, and we have a little kind of a punched in design there. It's an irregular design, just an abstract design. It's not supposed to be anything. These are on a fishhook back. This is the length and size. They're kind of cool. Tagging Along in silver is going to be number 121. I just looked to see what I did with number 120, because I never know. I don't know about me. Alright, this is Noble Notion in silver, and I also only have one of these. I'm going to pull it back just a little bit on this bust just so you can see it better. So this is a combination of silvery pearls, silvery beads, and then silver framed white rhinestones, which that one doesn't want to light right. There we go. So the silver framed white rhinestones as well. So we've got rhinestones, pearls, and the silver beads. This is a Y-shaped necklace. So let's see what that looks like on her. This is going to be the length of it. So our beads are going to start up here. The Y is going to come to a point, or V point, just a little bit above the bust. And then our tail of the Y is going to go all the way down here through mid-abdomen. With the 2-inch extension, it is going to sit down here, which is going to be closer to belly button area. So somewhere down in here, your belly button's going to be just below it. This one is called Noble Notion, and it is in silver. See, if I'm going to wear a long necklace, this is the way to do it, because I can't catch it in anything with that single strand. Number 122. Let me see what my husband just texted me. Did everybody see the news thing about the weatherman who stopped in the middle of his weather forecast to text his wife and make sure that she and the kids were getting to safety? I don't remember what kind of severe weather it was or even where it was, but just recently there was a big deal made about it because this weatherman stopped in the middle of his forecast and texted his wife. And everybody was saying he shouldn't have done that. But, hey, I say when safety is involved, you are still a husband and a father, even when you're on air. I don't see anything wrong with him doing that. But apparently a bunch of other people did. Always somebody has to say something. Find fault. And I would have been thankful to be his wife, knowing that he was thinking of us enough to stop right in the middle of his job. We were important enough that he's stopping in the middle of his job on TV to make sure that we got to safety. This is Trendy Teardrops in silver. So these are a fishhook back earring. These are textured teardrops. They are all actually fused together, so they're not going to move around. This is the length and size. I do just have one more pair of these. So we have Trendy Teardrops in silver, number 123. Let's pull out a couple of these bracelets. A couple more of these bracelets. I kind of buried them underneath the necklaces on my desk. It happens. Alright, so this is a combination of pearly and silver. This is actually all one bracelet. It's just multiple strands. Exactly. See, I think everybody should have been. And I don't consider it a bad thing that he was on air and did that. But other people did not like that for some reason. I don't know. I would not have faulted him for doing that. It was a serious situation, and he was making sure his family was safe. So, alright, so 3 strands of the pearly beads in different sizes, and then 3 strands of silver beads. I still didn't get them straight. 3 strands of silver beads in different shapes and sizes. Let's see if I can spread them out this way a little bit better. There we go. So it is not going to lay this way on your wrist. It is just because I am a failure at getting them all laid out right. This does have the adjustable clasp, so we have the lobster clasp like on a necklace. We have the extension on it so that you can make it fit your wrist. This is called Metro Mix-Up, and it is in silver, number 124. 123 to Rosie. You got it, Rosie. Let me write that down before I forget it. But isn't it crazy that no matter what you do and no matter what your intentions are, even if you have good intentions, people can find fault with it. People find fault with everything. So you can't win. You might as well do what you want. 124 for you, Marlo. Got it. All right. This one is in the hematite rhinestone. These are the mirrored type. This is called Pretty Priceless in silver. So another bracelet. We have 3 marquise-shaped hematite rhinestones, and this is on a silver chain. It's actually on double chain, so you can see there's 2 chains there. This is also the kind with the lobster clasp and the extension, so that it will make it fit your wrist. This is called Pretty Priceless in silver. We just have one of these. It is number 125. I love the hematite. It's one of my favorite things. I think the 2 things that I have learned to love since I've been with Paparazzi that I had never worn before were the hematite rhinestone and the shiny copper. The shiny copper metal. I had never bought jewelry in shiny copper before. I'd actually never bought any in copper, period. And I don't remember seeing it before. I don't know why, but it is so pretty. All right, 4 answers on this one. Let's do this. Let's go with number 4. Name a product that's supposed to have a hole in it. It's not a defect. It's supposed to have a hole. A product that is supposed to have a hole in it. In fact, if it doesn't, you're probably going to be disappointed. Donuts, absolutely, number 1. And eating the donut whole is the best part, isn't it? You can buy the whole packages. Do you go to Dunkin' Donuts and buy the whole packages of just the donut holes? I love the ones with the jelly in them. Toilet seat. Oh, yeah, that'd be bad if it didn't have one. That is not on there, though. Tire is on there. Tire was number 2. The inner tube wasn't on there. I guess because it's part of the tire. A lifesaver. Lifesaver wasn't on there either, but it would be bad if it didn't have one. Especially if we're talking about the actual lifesaver and not the candy, because, I mean, you can't really put a person if there's not a hole. What else is supposed to have a hole in it? We've got a donut, we've got a tire. What else comes with a hole in it? It's supposed to have one. Really not the same if it doesn't. I don't know if anybody's going to get number 3. That's why I didn't use that as an answer, because it's only a certain type that is supposed to have holes in it. A cake bundt pan. Yeah, that'd be bad without a hole in it. That's not a bundt cake, is it? That is not on there, though. But I can see where you're going with that. Yep, only certain kinds are supposed to have holes in them. It's another thing, another food item that's only certain kinds have holes. Underwear. Oh, yeah. You couldn't put them on if they didn't have a hole, right? Not on there, though. They actually didn't have any clothing on there. Can you believe that? No floaties. No shirts, no jeans. No clothes at all. The last 2 are food items. You can see they were thinking about food, because 3 out of 4 of the answers were food related. So 2 more food items that are supposed to have holes in them. What else can you think that has a hole in it? We have a cake, not a cake. Not a cake. Usually if the cakes have a hole in them, it's because I ate a piece. What else has a hole in it? Olives. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, where they take the pit out, it has a hole. Didn't think about that one. 2 more food items that are supposed to have holes in them. One you might eat for breakfast. Actually, you could eat both of these for breakfast. Just normally one of them is combined with other things. Although I had some for breakfast this morning. But I'm weird anyway. What else can you think of food-wise that is supposed to have a hole in it? It's made that way. Swiss cheese. Yes, ma'am. Number 3. Didn't think anyone would get that. I had some on crackers this morning because I had some left over from the gathering we had yesterday. Cheerios. Cheerios is a great answer, but it is not on there. Something else, it's a little bit chewier. Cheerios should not be chewy. If the Cheerios are chewy, throw them away. But if these are supposed to be chewy, they are also supposed to have holes. What are they? You're going to kick yourself if I have to tell you. Think about what you eat for breakfast. Think about a hotel breakfast. Oh, pineapples. Pineapples are good. Yeah, the rings always have holes in them, right? Not on there, though. Bagels. Yes, ma'am. Bagels have the holes in them. That was the last one. Hotel breakfast always has bagels. For a long time, that was the only place I'd ever had bagels because I never bought them at home. But I love bagels with cream cheese and jelly on them. And so I would have that at the hotel every time we had breakfast. Fun fact. I know you really cared about that. All right, our next piece, this is Envious Elegance. This is a combination of the hematite rhinestones and the white in little clusters. So 5 little clusters along the chain. This is the length. So it is just above the collar right now. With the 2-inch extension, it's going to be down here, which is going to put this whole piece below the collar area right here. So coming down to here. So we just have one of these. This is Envious Elegance. And it is in silver. My camera doesn't want to focus. It doesn't like it when I get too close up, which is hard when I want a close up. This is number 126. We are going to go to number 130, so we've just got a few pieces left here. Let's see. Trying to see what else I've got here. Oh, my nose tickles. Alright, next set. This is earrings. I have one of these. These are called Grapevine Glamorous. Put my hand behind them. So, kind of a little scrolly design. All the way around in a circular pattern, and then we have our circular cutout up here. These are on a fishhook back. This is the length and size. So not a huge earring, maybe about the size of one of the gold dollars. This is Grapevine Glamorous in silver, just one pair of these, number 127. Number 128, I have another bracelet, a stretchy bracelet. This is called Metallic Spotlight. You can see it just has a little bit of texturing on it. These are curved discs. Let's see if I can hold it so that you can see those. It's really hard to tell, but it is high in the center and then curved down on both sides. So curved down toward your wrist. And this is going to be stretchy. So we just have one of these, Metallic Spotlight in silver. Number 128. Number 129. because I love the seed beads. So we have seed beads. It's also in gray, but they classify it as silver because, again, we don't have a gray category. So multi-strands of seed beads in this light to medium gray. And then little silver caps and the larger gauge chain up here. Our earrings are double strands of the teardrops in the seed beads. This is the length. So it's a little bit more like a medium length. It's kind of starting here above the bust, going down below the bust. By the way, if you have the seed beads or you order them and they come in and they're kind of misshapen, a cool hair dryer just on the low setting will soften these, the plastic that they thread these on just enough so that you can reshape them if they get out of shape to make them lay right. This one's laying pretty good right now. But it is just below the bust by about 1.5 inches with the 2-inch extension. Going to come down to about here. So not quite mid-abdomen, but close there. And if you wanted to shorten it up, because these links are so big, you could just fasten into one of these other links and pull it up a little bit shorter. So this is called Peacefully Pacific. It is in silver or gray. And it is number 129. It's nice that they are so easy to reshape. And number 130, our last piece for the night. I also have this necklace. It is called Top Zen. These remind me of little gnocchi pieces, right? A little potato gnocchi. So they're a little, like a crimped pattern in the silver. There are 3 layers here, fed on this very thin wire. So it's going to look like a floating necklace. You're not going to see the wires that much. I wear this when I just want kind of a plain silver necklace. This one hangs just below the collarbones and then down to about the mid-upper chest up here. With the 2-inch extension, it is going to come down to that collar, which is going to put it about mid-chest, about here. So we have Top Zen in silver, just one of these available. And it is our last piece for the night, number 130. 130. Okay, again, let's recap. So we had these pieces tonight. This is going to be the last show before September 1st because we are taking a break, because Paparazzi is getting ready to change some things, and because we have some changes going on here personally. And so we're going to take a break. This is going to be our convention weekend. We're going to take a break after the convention for a couple weeks. Just get everything set for the new service year for ourselves. And when we come back, Paparazzi has some new stuff coming out. Our fall line will be starting. So we'll start getting in fall pieces. We have a new line of jewelry coming out called Cachet. We're getting rid of the Z pieces, which were the $25 pieces previously. Now they're $35. They're the bigger, kind of flashier pieces. They are discontinuing those. So we are not going to have those anymore. We will have what is called Cachet instead, which are a little bit higher quality jewelry. They're 18 karat gold plated, rhodium plated, or stainless steel. So they are going to last longer. They are not going to tarnish as easily. So something with not quite as much upkeep, not quite as inexpensive as the costume jewelry that we currently have for $8. But we are going to keep the costume jewelry, so we're still going to have that. We're just going to have the nicer jewelry as an option. And those are going to start at $24. I am not ordering any inventory in that. Everything will be a special order. So you can either order it yourself from my Paparazzi site, or I'm going to post pictures on my pages, and you can claim it there. I'll bill you for it, and then we'll order it from the company. So everything will be a special order. They will not be able to be canceled because they are a special order. So, and they will be prepaid because they're a special order. So we can do that for you. The other thing is the 4-piece fashion fixes. They are doing away with those. We are going to have 2-piece complete looks instead. So they may be a necklace and earrings, or necklace and bracelet, or maybe a bracelet and earrings, something like that. that is matching. We'll have those instead of the fashion fixes. So those changes are coming up. Can't think of anything else. So while I'm gone during the rest of August, I will be posting albums of the jewelry that I have available. If you claim 2 or more of those pieces of jewelry, you will get free shipping on your order. So claim those on the posts and you will get free shipping. Also, everything that is currently outstanding, even if you only have one piece, is going to get billed out tomorrow night so that we clear out everybody's pouches to start off the new year with. So everybody will be at a zero balance and all the pouches will be empty. We'll be ready for our first show in September, which will be, let's see, we're going to continue Fridays and Sundays. So let me see what day that falls on. That will actually be September 5th will be our first Friday. So September 5th we will have our first show, just a little over a month from now. So I hope you all take care while we are gone. Have fun looking at the jewelry. Keep in touch. Instagram is now completely down, where we don't have access to it for live shows anymore. So we can't do that, but we will have the Facebook and we will have the YouTube up. So you guys take care. Have a great rest of your Sunday night, and I hope you have a good week as well. And we will see you at the beginning of September. Good night, everybody.